Hi everyone, it's First Rain and happy Halloween. It's not Halloween day, but it's going to be Halloween soon in a few days. Today I am going to be doing something really different since it's Halloween. It's going to be a very kind of spooky kind of video. Um, yeah, I will be reading a horror text story thing. It's it's going to be pretty cool. I found one that's sort of scary. Yeah, and I'll also be telling you my personal horror story. Again, it's not super scary, but it's okay. Yeah. Okay, so the story, it has two characters, Jessica and Steve. Since I'm just the only one here, I'm going to be doing just both of the voices. Okay, so, are you awake? Hello? Why? I can't sleep. Okay, so all that is Jessica. Why is Steve? Steve says, really? Is that why you woke me up? You're 16 years old. Why don't you tell Mom instead? Jessica, she's not here. She's out with her new boyfriend. I'm sorry, but do you want me to? I'm sorry, but what do you want me to do? Stay with me for a little? Why, can't you sleep? I feel this weird sensation. I think that even I saw a shadow outside the window, but I'm not sure. Sorry, Mom's not there for you, Jess. I know ever since our parents got divorced, she hasn't been looking after you very well. She doesn't let me live with you, and that sucks. Can you come for me, brother? I'm in a state away, and I don't even know where you live and where you're living now. At Grandma's old house. The one in Kentwood? No, an old property she had in the woods. It's my first night here. We just moved in. For real? Yes, why? Have you been here before? I haven't been there. I only heard about it. It is more than creepy. It's screwed up. It's so old and abandoned. It doesn't even have most of the windows, and back door is almost not there. So are you in bed or what? Yes, about to get under the covers, so that's less scary. For real? I can't believe you at sometimes. But it's not so bad though. Excuse me, look at this house and its surroundings. It's a hellhole. The exterior of the house is indeed very defiant, and the surroundings are very creepy. But at least nothing bad has happened to you. Be happy. I'm telling you, I'm alone in this creepy house, and you're telling me to be happy? Screw off, Steve. Don't be rude. It's just that. Never mind. It's nothing. What? Nothing. Forget it. I don't want to scare you. Why? Come on. You already spoke. Now you gotta tell me. Apparently, others have had it worse than. Apparently, others had it worse in that house. Grandma used to say some weird stuff happened there. Tell me about it. Have you lost your mind? You were scared to the bone. How telling you about this weird stuff is going to help? I don't know, but I got the right to know, don't you think? That's a good point, but I still don't think it's the best idea. You can't just leave me hanging, please. The house used to belong to another family before Grandma moved there. Before Grandma moved there, did you know? No, I had no idea. To this family, a dad, a mom, and a daughter. They built the house with their daughter when their daughter was little, but they noticed something very weird immediately. What? A hermit that lives somewhere in the woods started to visit them. What? The man visited the baby every single day. The parents saw no problem with it because he seemed like a good man. As the little girl grew up, she even called him uncle. But who was that man? He was a young man who claimed to live alone in the woods. He had a random appearance, but he seemed to have good intentions. Nevertheless, everything changed once the girl was older. Why? He seemed to care a lot about the girl. Was he in love with her? You could say, but you could say so, but it was more like obsessed. What happened then? She eventually got a boyfriend and was going to get married, but what? The day of her wedding, she was taking too long and coming out of her room. When her parents finally broke in, they found her dead. Oh God, is that real? According to Grandma, it was. How did she die? He stabbed her. That sounds terrible. How did Grandma end up in that house then? The parents of the girl did no longer want the house. They tried to catch the man with the help of other people, but weren't successful. So they sold the house? Not exactly. They gave it away. At first, no one wanted to take it because of what happened. But then Grandma's dad took the house. After all that? What? Yes, he didn't believe in the story. When Grandma was a teenager, she said the man was more than once. She saw the man more than once. At first, her dad didn't believe until the man tried to kidnap Grandma. That's terrible. Luckily, great-granddad was able to find them and he shot the man. He died, but before passing away, he cursed the house. That's why Grandma moved to Kentwood? Yes, and she never came back to the house. Then how did Mom end up with this house? As soon as Grandma died, Mom inherited all of Grandma's properties. Since she lost the house in Kentwood due to gambling, I assume that's why we're living in this house now. Must be. I feel so scared right now, brother. It's a creepy story, but you know how grandmas are, and we don't even know if it's a real story. But I keep feeling a presence in this house. See, you said you wouldn't be scared, and here you are now. But it's true, I keep feeling and hearing things. Jess, even if the story is not a lie, he's dead by now, and there's no such thing as curses. I guess you're right. I'm feeling incredibly tired anyways. Let's sleep now. Good night, Jess. You'll be fine. Night, Steve. 1 hour later. I keep hearing things outside. I'm gonna check. It might be Mom. Steve, help! 5 hours later. Jessica, I just woke up. What is that? What is it? Mom said she couldn't find you when she came home. Where are you? The end. So I'm assuming that Jessica died or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, that was a horror story. And yeah, I also said that I would tell you my own personal horror story. It's, again, not super creepy, but it's the closest thing that I got to a horror story. Okay, so basically, when I was, like, really young, I can't remember, like, a few years back when I was, like, yeah, really young, I went on a vacation, or sort of vacation, with my dad to a hotel. Now, before I get into the actual story, I'm going to tell you the history of this hotel. Okay, so where I lived, when I was younger, there was a hotel nearby, like this kind of like resort sort of place, and it was known to be haunted, because apparently a long time ago, before I was born, I think, there was this family that stayed at the hotel in a room, and everything was going normally, like the hotel room was normal, nothing really bad was happening, the family was having a pretty good time. And then that night, well, there was a mom, a dad, and a little girl. And that night, the little girl and her parents were in the living room. And in that living room, there was a fire, and it was on, like a fireplace. And it was on, and the little girl was playing or doing something. And then she tripped, and she fell into the fire, and she died. The fire spread out through the entire room, and it killed the parents as well, and almost burned down the entire resort. So that room is known to be haunted. In fact, they kind of boarded up, they boarded up the walls, like the door, and they put wallpaper over it so that it would look like the rest of the wall. But yeah, like if you go there, I went there, I actually saw the room in person, or what was left of the room. Because if you go down the hall, there's like door, like a regular hotel, like alley, not alley, but like hallway sort of thing. And then there's like the door, and then big gap, like where there should have been a door, and then the next door. So that's the haunted room. That was where like it was, what happened. So yeah, that's the history of it. So I went there when I was little, and my dad and I, we went up to the floor that the room was on. I was terrified the whole way up the elevator ride. I just didn't want to like be near that room because like spirits and ghosts and devils and whatever. But yeah, so we walked down the hallway, and there's, like I said before, doors and door and door. Sort of like a kind of like repetitive spacing, I guess. And then I saw with my own eyes the door, and then a space, and another door. And it was terrifying. I did not want to go any further. I couldn't believe that I was just standing there staring at that spot where 3 people died. Yeah, and then my dad knocked on the wall where the door would have been. And me being a terrified little kid, I basically just booked it down the hall and went back to the elevator, and I didn't know what happened after that, but I don't think anything bad happened. Yeah, it was kind of scary for me at that point. When I look back at it now, it's not that scary. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of the closest thing that I got to a horror story. So, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you got scared, then great. If you didn't, then that's good too. I don't like being scared either, so whatever. And yeah. So also comment down below what you're going to be for Halloween, or if you're even going out trick-or-treating. Yeah. And also comment if you want to see me do more of these kind of like horror stories, or just me showing my face and like talking to you or talking to the camera or whatever. If you want to see me do more like speed paints or artistic, like other kind of like arty drawing stuff, then yeah, comment that too. Basically, yeah, just tell me what you want to see me do. So yeah. And yeah, so I hope this was cool, hope this was entertaining, and yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye!